Hello guys, you are welcome to this tutorial. It's so good to have you back. It's Tochi once again, and we are here in Tochi's Graphic Academy. Okay guys, in this tutorial, we are doing something quite simple. I believe you know we are heading into the weekends, and as graphic designers, one of our core mandates and powerful attributes is to always capture what is happening in the atmosphere or within our environment and adapt it in a way to entertain our clients, and then use that as a means to lure them in giving us work. So that is why you usually see us designing weekend flyers like this, like thank God it's Friday here, and in this form too. Can also be in this form, very nice. Yes. Or other times too, you can see us doing designs of welcoming months. So like this, welcome July, like this, hello September, and this happy new month. They are all means that we use to add to the fun. They make sure they make their clients cheer, and then if they are in a happy mood, they join them in this happy mood. Okay. So I'm going to help you produce this flyer, this exact flyer. Thank God it's Friday flyer. Very nice. And then in this form. Okay, so it's going to either be in all this form because it's the same concept. This is the same concept. So I'm going to design one of this with a female. Big ups to my females. All right. Then I'll try the second activity with this Friday vibes design, very beautiful, but that one goes to the males. Shout out to my males. All right, so guys, we are not wasting my time. Let's head straight into action. So we are starting from this thank God it's Friday design. Before that, design is not so difficult at all. It is just like cooking a food where you need ingredients. So in our case, the ingredients we need are just three. There are three main ingredients we need to cook a design, if I may put it that way. And they are background, image, and then text. So in this case, we have the pink colored image here as the background, as you can see. And it's on this background that all other elements like image and text are found. So where do we have our images? So we can see the flowers, this lady in a cheerful mood. You can see this flower too. And there we have another flower and with one up here. Okay, now where do we have our text? We can see text boldly written with this Friday being our main focus, largely or boldly written. Then thank God it's also labeled there, and then I can't kill myself. All these make up the three main elements that we need to form every design. So let me add this information. Just as you buy ingredients that relate to the food you are cooking. For instance, if you are cooking rice and stew, you wouldn't go to the market and buy stuffs that we use for preparing banku. It's not possible. So in our case too, the kind of content that we download for our design should relate to the message we want to send. So in our case, it is thank God it's Friday. And you see, Friday is a cheerful day because it is marking, or it is a day that heads us into the weekend and there is not going to be work. So mostly we are happy because there is no going to be work. And so it's a cheerful something altogether. Okay, so it should inflict in the images, in the background, and then the text. How does it show in the images? As you can see, this lady is a very cheerful lady. We can't use a crying person to design this. And in the same case, the text too should show that. All right. Now let's move on into the main work. Now I'm going to guide you how to get all these stuffs. Actually, I will share with you the images, the links to the images, then you use them appropriately. Okay, let's move on into the actual work. So you head straight to our home. Now, if you want to search for the image, I will send them to you in your WhatsApp, which when you download, it will be in your downloads. So let's try that one. You just where do I have it? Sorry, I have them here. Okay, so they will be in this form. Now you tap on any of them, then you access them through your Google account, and then once they open, you just look at the image. If you like it and want to use it for a design, then you tap here, then you tap on download. Once you tap on download, you receive a notification to show it is downloading, and in a couple of minutes it will be completed. So you can go through all these images and see whether you want to use them for your work. Below here too, I shared with you some images of backgrounds that you can use. Very nice for your designs. So these are common ones. If you want to choose from them, then you download them. Once they are downloaded, they will be present in your WhatsApp documents. All right, so the first one will be in your downloads, then this one will be in your WhatsApp documents. Now let's move on to the actual work. Now let's go to the other aspect of the design. Now I've taught you how to get the images. Now how do you get backgrounds? If you don't want to use the ones I shared with you, you can just go to Google and then you type in colorful gradient backgrounds, then you add HD. Take note of that. The reason why we are searching for gradient is gradient, I told you the last time, is it combines more than one color together. Okay, so we need colors which inflects into the other. So let's search and see. So these are wonderful results here. So you can just tap on the image section and then you download any of them that you like and use it for your work. All right, then let's zoom straight into the work. But take note of this. Most of the times, your design elements should have relationship. As you can see, the images here or the colors in the images are yellow, red, and then orange, and then some touches of violet or purple. So in the same case, the images we are using should have that attribute. As you can see, this lady is wearing orange, and so we can relate to that. Look at this design where this lady is in a violet color, and so the person chose a violet background. That is also nice. And so know how to choose background for your images so that they can connect. Now let's start the design. You launch your PixArt application, you tap on the create button, then you add the image. So you tap on the album, then you go to your gallery. What do we want to add first? The first thing is to add our background. And so the background, where do we choose it from? I said I will share it to you where you get it in your WhatsApp document. So you go to WhatsApp documents and it will be there. But in my case, I have my background in this pack. Thank God it's Friday pack. So I think it is this background. You can choose any of these backgrounds. They are all yours. And you can have them and really use them for the work. But in this case, let me choose this one. Now, the first thing we do is to crop. You want to crop it in a square form because the design is going to be a square design. So you crop here. Now you tap on square to crop. Now you just position it so that it will be a little bit lighter. You see, this one will be cool, but let's choose the brighter part because of the nature of the image we are placing on it. Now you tap on the check mark. Okay, take note of this part. What do you add first? Mostly, to make this design a little bit easier, you should start with the first major content. And the major item you want to add here is the test Friday. So that information should be added first. You're adding Friday, so you tap on test and then you write Friday. Good. Now the font you are using in this work is 6 caps. Take note of that. I've always told you this, don't use more than 2 fonts in simple designs like this. Take note, you can just vary them in their sizes, in their orientation, whether their colors, but don't use more than 2 fonts. Take note. So the first font you are using is the 6 caps. Now we enlarge it to occupy the center. Now you see the alignment signs showing, or the lines of alignment showing that it is well placed. Okay, this is okay. Good. Now you tap on the free space. Now we are done with this one. The next thing to add is the image. So we add the female's image. Then you can have it here. We select it. Then you add photo. Now you enlarge it and then you place it very nicely. You place it, I think here is okay. Good. That's well placed. That's well placed. Good. Now the next thing is to add our text. We can continue to add the rest of the text. That is, thank God it's to thank God it's good. Now we can use one font throughout because the nature of the font, we want to use a different one so that we can combine it with it. So our second font is Average Sans. Take note. So Average Sans. You can use different font that will match though, but if they don't match, it will be a problem. So use Average Sans. You can also use the serif fonts because we are saying that the sans serif matches with the serif fonts, but you choose rightly. Okay, I think this is very nice. Then yeah, now it is well aligned. I think this is good. Now you duplicate it so that we add our last information. Okay, that's well duplicated, so you just shift it down here and then you align it to the side of the Friday, as you can see the line showing. So you double tap. So what other information are we adding? We are saying that I can't kill myself. Good. Now let's add some dots here. Good. Now it is well added. I think this is okay. Now looking at this work, it is good though, but it is not so complete. And so you enrich it with the other images I shared to you, that is the flowers and the emojis. So you go to add image here, then you choose from the images I shared to you. You will have them in your WhatsApp document, but if you are not getting them, you just go straight to your gallery and have them. I've told you, you can have them in your WhatsApp documents. So you go here and get them. But for my case, I have them in this part. I have them here. Good. So you just add your flowers. Since you are not adding one flower, you go again to add more. So you just tap again, present, then you tap on gallery, then you go to the same place to select the second one. Okay, so you vary them. So let's select this one too. Let's add the third one. Now, one thing about designing is you don't need to jam your work with a lot of varying informations. They can be similar, but you just change their presentation, or you change how they look. Okay, now let's add one emoji. I think we've added too much flowers, but it's okay. I think this is okay. And these 4 elements are right. Now, how do we place them? So let's try to organize them in this way. This one can go here. So you use this one to rotate it and place it very nicely. This is okay. Now let's duplicate this one by tapping this option and we bring it down. We are doing this because it matches with the lady's color, so it can be placed here very nicely. Now you make sure you place it so that it doesn't cover the "I can't kill myself." So okay, nicely placed. Now let's place this one down here. I reduce the size a little. Good. And this one can go up here. Let's reduce the size a bit. I think this is a wonderful design. Now, what I want to help you cause wonders with this design. Now, what you do is you enlarge it, then you send it to the back of the work that's close to the background. So here is where you move it. You go down, tap it, tap again, continue to tap till it shows behind the work. Good. Now it is behind the work. Now you tap on opacity and reduce its opacity. Now it will fade in. You see, it's like it is hidden, but it's giving you a nice finish there, and you expose it a little. Good. Nice. This is a nice design. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Let's alter this one a little. All right. So this happens to bring us to the closure of this part. I want to save the work and move on to the other one. At this level, you can add your brand name and then make everything complete. You can just duplicate this one and then add your brand name, maybe Tochi's Graphic or something like that. But you make sure you reduce the size so that it wouldn't make it up there, and place it either below here, or you can just tilt it and place it at this side. It wouldn't be bad. All right, let's save the work. Now it is saved. Now let's go back and start the other design. So in the same case, the other design can be designed from this same background. Now, what design are we talking about? We are talking about this one. So Friday vibes. It says, allow me to enjoy, cause problem not the finish. And we say it's about happy weekends, guys. All right, so let's move straight in. So the first thing we need is to add our background, which we have done. Then we move on to the image. Now this guy is also smiling, and so it is connecting so well with the message here, which is talking about happiness. So let's move straight in. Now you know how to add the image here as the background, then you crop it into a square size. Now let's move on. The first thing is to add the text. I've always told you that mostly you place the image on the text, so the major text should be added first. And so here we are adding Friday vibes. So we should start from the Friday. Now the font we are using here in this case is called what's the name? The font is Luckiest Guy. Okay, so once you add the font, let's increase the size a bit. Good. Now you duplicate it and then add the next text. You double tap, Then you add the next thing. It is vibes. Friday vibes. You can just change this one and make it Z. That is to add more flex to your work. But let me use S. Yeah. Now you just increase the size a bit. But to make sure you don't lose alignment here. Okay. Okay. Now we add our image. Make sure you unselect the text here before you see the option for image. So you tap on a free space, then you go to add photo. Okay, now we go through and see whether we can find the image here. All right, there it is. Now I've told you I'll be sharing this image to you. Make sure you download it. If you have not downloaded it, you should know that you won't get it here. Okay, so I've always told you in the planning stage, get all the needed material, get all the needed ingredients to cook your design. And so I'd already downloaded it, so I just tap it. And if you don't see it in your recent, you just access it through your gallery. Note that. So I've added it. Let's move on. Good. Now we enlarge it so well to adapt to the surface. Good. I think placing it here is making it very nice. Let's shift it this way a little bit. Okay, I think the placement is okay now. Let's enlarge it a bit. Good. Now make sure you place the image in a way that anyone viewing your flyer will be able to read your main text. Okay, take note of that. Now we can move straight into add the other information. It says allow me to enjoy because problem not a finish. And you unselect so that you have the other options to add text. So text here. So allow me to enjoy cause problem not the finish. Good. Now let's have our second font. We are using short stick. Okay, so that is okay. I think this is okay. So we reduce the size a bit. Then we align it to make sure it is well aligned. You don't have to send it anywhere to just distort your alignment. So make sure you align. And I've told you this time without number. Even it shows in your assignment. I've told you whenever you are designing, work far from the edges. Take note of this. So place it such that it is not attached to the edge. No, free yourself from the edge. The more you free yourself from the edge, the nicer it becomes. I've told you this. Okay. Sorry guys, let's make this right align. Okay, note it. Now let's place it nicely here and make sure it is well aligned with. Make sure it is aligned with the vibes. Good. Now it is well aligned with the vibes. So you continue. Now you duplicate it. Then you add the next one, which is happy weekend, guys. Now you can just vary your information. You can just use different ones just to make it very interesting. Now because of hierarchy, let's reduce it a bit. Let's vary them. Let's reduce it a bit. We place it here very nicely. You can bring this one a bit closer. Good. I think this very nice design. And we can head straight into adding our icons. You go to images and follow the same procedure to add the icons. Now, where do we get them? Go to our gallery. Then, just as I told you, you can get them from your WhatsApp documents. I have mine here. So let me bring them in. You see, we are adding images that share common color with the main image. So we can't bring in an image that has maybe what do we call it, violet or a color that will distort the whole thing. So take note of that. So you see we have yellow here and red here, so that is why the emojis to have the same relation. So let's add the other one. Okay, where is it? You go straight in your gallery and then bring it. So this happens to be the other one. Okay, then we move on. Okay, now you will continue to repeat them and place them properly. So you can put this one here nicely, then you duplicate it. Now you see, once you duplicate, you vary the size, so you can reduce this small, then you can turn it this way. You can turn it this way and place it very nicely here. I think this okay. Then this one too can be placed. Let's turn it a bit. Oh, sorry guys. Since it is delayed, let's duplicate this one and add it. Okay, sorry guys. You can just add the image again. Since mine deleted, now let's vary the size. Let's increase it a bit. Sorry. I think this is a very nice design we are having here. You can simply do what we did in the other design by duplicating and enlarging it here. You can put it here and let's see what we get through the same process. Just send it behind. Continue to tap. I've told you this. Continue to tap till you see it has gone behind the thing. Now you tap on opacity and reduce it. Very nice. Reduce it. Good. I think we place it in the center. Good. I think it's a nice design. Wow. It actually wasn't part, but I think it's bringing some nice look to the design. Okay, so after this, you can just add your brand name to it and produce a very nice work in the end. Okay, so let's save our work. It is well saved. Now once saved, you can find it in your PixArt images. So just here, PixArt, tap here, and then here is your beautiful design you just did.